Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And that is today the limits of democracy, how it is productive within limits. We hear a lot about democracy, starting from early ages in school. We hear, well, here in America especially, how great it is. And this isn't really about that, but it's about the limits of it, something specific. Because there are limits. Democracy isn't always appropriate, and it shouldn't take you too long to think of examples when democratic processes are just not called for, such as when you're taking a measurement, doing any kind of science, really, data collection, analysis, something that's measurable, objective, provable, and it's not really up for debate or preference. It's a fact, something concrete. So in science, sometimes things are inconvenient, whether it's a difficult test or a difficult experiment, or if the data that comes out of it is inconvenient. That happens too. Things that people don't want to hear necessarily, especially if it's contrary to existing policies or infrastructure. Sometimes truth comes out, so to speak, that is wildly inconvenient. And it is common, unfortunately, for people to redirect the findings, the data, to democratic processes that have no business there. We see this all the time. I mean, maybe you don't hear about it, but it happens pretty much every day. We decide, we vote. Someone might have a majority vote and say, oh, well, Bob's findings versus, Andy's findings or whoever. We like Andy's findings. We're going to vote. His findings are more savory, more agreeable, more consistent with what we already have. I call this confirmation bias. Anyway, I don't want to sprawl around on every subject, but democracy is a last resort, if you ask me. I can get back to the subject and wrap this up. Democracy is failing all else, failing guidance and wisdom, failing measurable facts and proof. When all we have left are differences of opinion, that is conflict, so to speak, democracy steps in to prevent war. It's one of the last steps before war. And it should not be your first step, if you ask me. Because you're admitting, when you have a vote, you're admitting that you just don't know. You don't know what the actual proper answer is. You don't know what the healthy, helpful answer is. Or you were unable to provide for individuals, and now you need a group solution. You just lacked the ingenuity and the resources to accommodate people. So we're going to make a rule. Democracy creates rules. It does. Pretty much every time. The output of a democratic process is a new policy. Show me when it isn't. Show me any time when democratic processes do not result in some kind of policy or infrastructure based on policies. So anyway, it has a purpose. I don't mean to get down on democracy. I think that it's overused, it's leaned on, and it has absolutely no business in science. And by the time you get there, you've admitted that you just don't know anything. So, something to think about. Hope you have a good day. Reach out at whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.